Hey friends, today I'm creating with the June Creative Kickstart Kit. You can actually earn both of these transfers for free by spending $65 to get the Explore, Dream, Discover transfer free, $80, and you can get both transfers for free. So great deal. This is good through the end of the month, so just a few more days left to earn this kit. So today I'm actually going to create a project using our 9x9 box frame. I love this box frame. Now you can actually create on both sides of our box frame. So I'm actually going to paint the wood side black. I'm going to save the white side for another project. And plus the back side or the wood side is easier to cover with the black paint anyway. So I'm just going to give that one coat of black paint, which should do it. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to make sure the paint is absolutely dry before I do any kind of chalking whatsoever. So because I painted the surface, I'm going to use our surface wax. You just want to give it a quick layer of the wax and then make sure you wipe off all the excess. And this just helps protect your transfer, helps keep the paint from pulling up from your transfer since it does have a sticky back. So once I applied the wax, I'm just going to wipe off all the excess and I'm going to set this aside for a moment. I'm going to grab our simple shapes. You can get these in a set of 4. They come with 2 round and 2 square. I'm just going to be working with the round shapes for this project. And since all of my transfers are brand new, I'm going to make sure that once I cut them apart, I'm going to put the labels on the back so I know where to put those back once I have washed my transfers. Very important. So now I'm going to pull out my black velvet paste. This is a brand new paste. So once you open a brand new paste, you want to make sure you stir it real well, add a little bit mist of water if you need to. Usually you don't. And then I'm going to get to chalking. So you may have noticed that I reused the transfer right after the other. I didn't wash in between. And I'm going to give this a quick sanding. I want it to look a little bit distressed, and you'll see that I got a little bit of paste on that edge. I just sanded that right off, and then I'm going to wipe down with a dry cloth, make sure there's no dust on there. And then I'm going to cut apart the other transfer that has those bugs on there. And again, I'm going to make sure that I label each transfer. Once you take them all off, it's, even though they look like they're the same size, it's hard to figure out which one goes on which backing. So I ended up deciding to go with the bumblebee and the butterfly, and of course I picked out bumblebee. Chalk paste seems like a perfect fit, so I'm going to gently put that on my surface. Since I am putting it on a chalked surface, I just kind of lightly press the transfer on my surface, and I got to chalking. And I love how bright this bumblebee chalk paste is. And on the camera, it's a little bit harder to tell, but in person, that bumblebee really pops on there. So on the second surface, I decided to use the butterfly, and I'm going to use a couple different colors. Let's see, I pulled out Sunset Drive, Tide, and a little bit of eucalyptus, I believe. Yes, eucalyptus. So I started with the Tide in the center of the butterfly and right around the edges of the butterfly. And then I went to adding, you'll see here in just a second, once I get those edges of the butterfly, I'm going to add the eucalyptus right there. And then kind of in the center, I'm going to add that Sunset Drive. And then I'm going to take my squeegee and I'm just going to squeegee off all of that paste, kind of combining them all together or meshing them together. And I'm going to wipe that excess paste on a paper towel. You don't want to put that back in your paste jar and mix that in with your colors. So I love doing this because you kind of never know what you're going to get when you pull that transfer up. And there's the reveal. And oh, that turned out so fun. I love how that turned out. I think that might be my favorite. So, but I love mixing colors on my transfers. So I'm going to set those aside to dry, and I'm going to pull out the other transfer that has the Explore, Dream, and Discover on there. And I ended up deciding to go with the word explore. I believe it is. Let's see. Yep, explore. And I'm just going to pull out my white paste, and I'm going to chalk that right on there. So once I make sure that everything is dry, I used a hot glue gun to add a metal washer onto my surface, and then I put magnets on the back of my round simple shapes so that I can actually switch these out. Now obviously you don't have to do this, you can just hot glue that simple shape right onto your surface, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to be able to switch them out. You could also use Velcro. Velcro would work real well too. So I like the ability to be able to switch these out. So I hope you enjoyed this project. Let me know which of the bugs you would put on your surface, and thanks for watching.